Page 342, this is the improvisation lesson at the bottom of the page. There's no title. It's the same process we've been going through, except this time we have to figure out what the chord is. They give us a menu of chords, or a list of chords up above, using Roman numerals. The 1, 5, 7, 4, and 2, we've done these before. The 1, 5, 7, and the 4 are all primary chords, and then the 2 chord, we've been playing around with that. First, I want to hear the melody. What is it? We're in the key of E major here, 4 sharps. Now, don't let that scare you. Assuming you can do the E major scale and the C sharp minor scale, that key signature should not bother you a bit. Key word there is should. Should not. Melody, pickup beat. 6/3/8 time here. 1, 2, 3. There's other fingerings we can use, but that fingering seems to work. And then it's like in measure 5, where you have the F sharp, you're coming up here, and as I play this, I slide out, so I can do here. So even with big fingers, you can do that, because it's all black keys, and then come out here for that, and you're fine. And if you want to use 5th finger in measure 8, this way you can reach the 2nd more easily. That's fine too, because 2 puts us in position for all the way almost to the end. Okay. 3 measures from the end. Here, they're both black keys. It's okay to be up here when you're up here. It says, and then you come down, out for that. Here. Now, I need chords. Well, first off, let's make sure we know what the chords are. In E major, we have 1 chord. We have a 5/7 chord. I'm just staying in a close position. I'm not getting all fancy. It's just here. And the 4 chord is here. However you finger it, I don't care. And then the 2 chord is here. Oh, they want a 6 chord. I missed it before. Okay, they want a 6 chord. Well, in E, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or down here. That's a 6 chord. Could have gone down 3. 1, 2, 3. Same difference. Remember the magic number 9? That's the inverse of the chords. A 6 is the inverse of a 3. They add up, the 3 and 6 is 9. You can do that with any of the chords. 8 and 1 is inverse. An octave and a unison are inverse of each other. Yeah. Okay. Now, which chord goes where? Well, we don't know. A chord that uses these notes doesn't have to use all the notes, because that 2nd note, that 8th note, that could be a passing note between this and this. So let's just keep it simple. Let's see how many of these can we use a 1 chord on and get away with it. There could be other chords besides a 1 chord that would work. Let's just see how a 1 chord does. Here. That doesn't work. We need something else. Well, 4 has an A in it. 5/7 has an A in it. So which chord is it? Try them both out. So start with the 2nd full measure here. 4. I'm doing both. We'll now try 5/7, because it's got both of these chord notes in it too. That doesn't fit. So I guess we're going to use the 4 chord for that one. Then here. Well, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. How about a 2 chord? Oh, that's fine. So we had the 4 chord, and then we used the 2 chord and the 1 chord so far. Keep going. No. But I could use this. See, this doesn't sound quite right. The 2 chord sounds better there than that one. Or 6 chord. 6 chord. That doesn't have an F sharp in it, so it's got to be a 2 chord. So going back to measure 9, we're here. 2. And then the 1. And the 3rd to the last measure. Which chord has a D sharp in it? Now we have a 1. Nope. A 4. Nope. a 2, nope, a 5/7, bingo, we got a 5/7, so, and I want to end it with a 5/7 1/2, so, okay. So I went through that quickly. Let's see how this mess sounds if we get it halfway right. In here. Now, we want to examine another possibility, and that is the tied note, the A between measure 12 and 13. They're giving you 2 lines for 2 chords. It could be the same chord, except if it were, I don't know, you might be able to change the chord. Even though you're holding that note down, you could change to a different chord. If there's another chord besides the one we're using that has an A in it, and there is, the 2 chord and the 5/7 chord both have an A in them. Can I use both of those chords there? I don't know. Let's see. Start with measure 9. See, that sort of works harmonically because I can go here, here. It's okay. If I don't mind having a 5/7 chord for the last, 3 measures in a row, that's fine. That's fine. It works. But if that's a little boring, I don't want to do that, then I'm going to go ahead and stick with a 4 chord. There. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I prefer that. I'll have 2 measures of 2 chord, and then 2 measures of 5/7 chord, and then a 1. Just keep in mind in some pieces where you have a held out note, the harmony might change while you're holding out the note. If you have multiple chords that use that note, you can change the harmony and give it a little more interest rather than just sticking with the same thing all the time. It's like in measure 4, the C sharp. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could have done there, while I'm holding the note down, I could have done both chords. Not in this case, that C sharp doesn't last long enough, but that's the point. You can change harmonies while holding down a note, as long as the harmonies have that note in common. They work out okay. Now they have this pattern. Is it here? Or try that. It changes the attitude or the flavor or the mood of the piece, depending on the accompaniment that you use. So find an accompaniment that fits the melody. This melody appears to be pretty smooth. So you're going to want an accompaniment that's fairly smooth also, which is this. That works. If you wanted to extend that out to the octave, you could do that. Because this is 3 notes, and that's 3 notes. It works. You try that too and see. Stick in some 7th chords if you want and see how that works and experiment.